biggest influences in the world. He's incredible. Just 70s filmmaking in general. Those are the main ones, you know.
What do you think you're going to do next?
Well, I have a movie called Movie 43 that's going to come out next year or I don't know, in 6 months. I don't know what's going to come out. But it's a Farrelly Brothers project. It's a whole bunch of comedy directors doing different shorts with everybody from Hugh Jackman to Kate Winslet to Halle Berry. And my piece has Elizabeth Banks and Josh Duhamel in it, and an animated creature, and so it's really very, very messed up and fun. And so I'm doing that, and then I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do next. I got a screenplay I'm trying to put together next week, so we'll see how that goes.
When will we ever see Sparky and Michaela? And what is it about?
You know, strangely, I think Sparky and Michaela just went on YouTube today. Sparky and Michaela is a short I did for Xbox. It features Greg Henry from this movie, who played the detective, and it's about a crime-fighting raccoon and his teen sidekick. And yeah, I think it's on YouTube right now. If you look up Sparky and Michaela, I think.
It's kind of a dumb question, but is that scene when God tries to is that part of the inspired?
In the movie, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it was a coming together of a lot of different things, but definitely he saw the tentacle porn and was sort of mystically inspired by it, as I have been on many occasions. Cool. Anything else? Yeah. Oh.
Was the violence in this movie funny to you?
Sometimes. So the last time I saw this movie, Seth Rogen had a screening for his friends and family in LA because he saw the movie and he liked it a lot. And I sat next to him in the screening on Wednesday. And the part where the guy, which is like the darkest thing in the whole movie, well, I don't know what's darker. Michael Rooker getting killed on the thing is dark. Obviously Bolte's death is dark. But the guy with no arms who says, "Please don't kill me," and then Frank shoots him twice. That's the darkest thing. And that guy really had no arms. He was doing this thing with no arms. And Seth Rogen's, with his very particular laugh, was giggling maniacally next to me during that whole scene. And Mia and I were laughing hysterically, not the scene, but Seth Rogen laughing. There's somebody else who I missed. Oh, yeah.
I guess the over-the-topness of it kind of helps, but how do you, sell the character to the audience without losing them, whether...
I don't care if I lose somebody, I lose somebody, who cares? The thing is, everybody in Hollywood tries to make movies for everybody, for all four quadrants, and I just don't, that's not what this movie is about. And that's the beauty of making a movie for such a low budget with such big stars, is that we have a really good chance of making our money back, even though it's not meant for everybody. And not only do I lose tons of people because of that, because of lots of things, the tonal shifts, the fact that things happen in the middle of the movie that you don't expect to happen, the fact that the violence is so extreme, the sex scene or whatever, it's like I definitely lose, if you stick all the way to the end, kudos, but no. The Belku Experiment's a screenplay I wrote a few years ago, and I was about to go into production on when I got divorced, and I decided that the script was too dark, so I went and made this lively little piece instead. No, it was actually long before this, and I almost made it, but I don't want to make the movie. We'll see, maybe someday, but right now it's just not really what I want to. It's not what I want to do. It's dark, but. I've talked about other people directing it, which I would kind of like, and so we'll see. Hopefully it'll see the light of day. It comes back occasionally. This thing took 9 years to make, so who knows? And, yes?
I was just wondering, is it frustrating you at all when you read things online where people are just kind of discounting this as a rip-off of Kick-Ass, which it clearly is not.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing it, but, a lot of people online who haven't seen this movie, that's the talk.
Well,
Is that frustrating to you?
I have my one answer is yes.
Yeah.
My other answer is I stay off the internet, except for my own Twitter and my own Facebook page and stuff like that, as much as possible. And also, I understand why people would think that. I mean, you see like what the movie's basically about, and you might think it's a ripoff of Kick-Ass. It's a little frustrating because, listen, there's a lot of other movies that were about superheroes without power before Kick-Ass. There was going back to Hero at Large with John Ritter, not to mention Special and Defendor, you know. So there's a lot of other movies, and the most frustrating thing is I wrote it in 2002, and Mark Miller knew about it before he ever wrote his comic book. Who's my friend, but he knew about the movie. So that is a little frustrating, yeah. You know, and he's a great guy. And I'm not saying he ripped me off. He had his comic book in mind, but my script was out there and getting produced while he was working on Kick-Ass. So that's a little frustrating, sure. But that's the way things go.
All right, we have time for one more. Make it awesome.
And don't ask me if I could have one superpower, what it would be. Don't ask me that. What my favorite superhero is.
If you could go back in time when you were starting to write, what do you wish you could tell yourself?
When I was starting to write,
Yeah. Like, what do you know now that you wish you knew back then?
well, how old am I?
I don't want to judge. I
You don't want to judge?
No, I just mean like, if you were to go back to the beginning of your career as a writer, like, what have you learned now that you wish you knew back then?
The only thing that's important as a writer, especially as a writer, is to finish what you start. That's it. Take it through to the ending. Maybe it'll suck, maybe it'll be good, but just finish what you start. If you want to write, then just finish what you start. That's it. You know, don't worry about it being good, don't worry about it being bad. You know, try to make it as good as you can, but finish what you start. That's it.
All right, James.
Good.